Thank you.
Hello, Matt. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my office. My name is Lisa, and I'll be your counselor today. So what brings you in?
I just recently broke up with a long-term girlfriend, and I know it was my decision originally to make, to break up, but she moved on really quickly,
Okay.
and I've been taking my time working on myself and things like that, but I can't help but feel that, she moved on too
Right.
quickly. We were together almost a year,
Okay.
and I guess you could say I'm a little bit upset about that.
Upset about. Okay. Did you try having this conversation with her, or did you just leave it alone?
See, I had the conversation with her the day I broke up with her.
Okay.
I had kind of, I don't want to say, well, I do want to say, kind of emotionally checked out
Okay.
from the relationship. I had noticed some things that I didn't like, and they kept appearing. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. They kept happening, but I never really brought it up to her. And then one day it kind of just came to a head, and I made the decision.
So would you say you probably bottled everything up until you suddenly decided, okay, this is it, or do you feel like this was something you communicated during the relationship, even if it means the slightest little conversations about it? Or was she aware about your emotional?
Looking back on it, I don't really think so. Like, I really kept to myself. I don't normally do that, but I feel like in this relationship I did. When we met each other, we were working at the same job, and so I really liked her. We hit it off pretty quickly. We ended up hanging out a lot, but I guess I never really established my ideas of what I was looking for, and I don't think I really asked her for hers.
Okay.
So, yeah, I would say I didn't bring it up.
Okay. You said that you don't normally do this. So is there a reason for why this was different this time around, or is there did something make you feel that, all right, let me do something different in this relationship? Because you say you don't normally do this, so what made you?
I don't normally.
Yeah, you said you don't normally. Yeah, you say you don't normally bottle things up.
Well, it kind of grew slowly, I guess, if you will. Like I said, we met when we were working at the same job. We knew a lot of the same people, so inevitably we went on a couple dates. Yeah, exactly.
Just kind of hit it off.
That connection was quick.
Okay.
And I got into grad school. I started doing research. I got a new job, and I felt like I was always pushing her. I started going to the gym more, trying to get myself in shape and things like that, just improve myself in general. Right. And I felt that, and I still do feel that if you're in a relationship with someone, you have an obligation, if you will, to bring out the best in that person, vice versa. And I felt like I was pushing her a lot. I was, apply to grad school. I know she wasn't that happy in the job that we were in. It was a high stress job.
Right.
And, I pushed her, to try out a new field, maybe get another job, go to graduate school. She started getting upset about feeling, I guess, unfit. And I said, no, go ahead, come to the gym with me. We'll take it slow. I tried to be as understanding, exactly, as possible, but I would always kind of get, I guess, pushback. She'd be like, don't push me, don't pressure me, I'll do it when I feel like it. And for a while, I understood that.
Right.
But more and more, months went by, and I saw myself improving. Like I said, I got into grad school, I was doing well in my classes, I had a new job, I was, enjoying it. And I just felt like, I was pushing too hard, but at the same time, she wasn't really pushing me at all.
Okay, so you feel as though you were trying to help her, and it kind of just backfired on you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I kind of feel like, I don't want to use the word wasted my time, but I felt like I was putting a lot of effort into the relationship and it wasn't getting
being reciprocated.
exactly.
Yeah, I can see how that could be draining too. It could
Definitely.
be really draining, and then you start to feel as though you have something heavy on your shoulders when in reality it's like, no, I'm like, it's just that load.
Yeah.
So okay, would you say that like the way she felt was kind of affecting you, like her feelings, like her emotional kind of state was kind of just attacking yours in a way?
Yeah. I feel like she really, really liked me, and not to take away from how I felt about her.
Right,
I really liked her.
Right.
But I started making those realizations.
Yeah.
And
started like losing feelings.
Yeah, and I think.
Or losing interest.
Yeah, well, both.
Both, right.
But I'm not very good with confrontation usually, so I feel like I didn't really bring it up to her, until the last minute. But yeah, I felt like she wasn't really sharing a lot of things that we originally felt the same way about.
So this whole her moving on kind of thing, do you feel like that maybe was what's the word, that was led on by the way that she, okay, so let me just rephrase that in a different way. Do you feel like her moving on, it doesn't bother you because, like, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like, okay, maybe that other person is offering something that you probably were not, or do you feel like, no, because I was offering everything that I, could possibly offer, so how is it that somebody else that quick is offering you what you actually wanted, which...
Yeah, I definitely... See, one of the reasons why I've been thinking about it a lot is because, I'm not really sure. She moved on within, I want to say a month.
Okay.
It was shockingly fast.
Yeah.
And, on one hand, I want to think that it's not because of me. Maybe she really, needs, I hate to say it, needs companionship. But at the other end of the spectrum, I feel like maybe my idea of what we had was not different, but I guess...
Like, you feel like, okay, well, you feel as though she needs companionship, but you were offering her companionship.
Exactly.
So that's why you're, like, confused, because it's
yeah.
like...
I don't know, I feel like it's kind of selfish on my part, but at the same time, she really, really liked me.
Right, so it's just like, how is it that,
Exactly.
kind of think, like, how is it that you kind of show me all these feelings, and suddenly it's like, you just, like, found those feelings in someone else, and just... Have you ever thought about what she felt? Like, have you tried putting yourself in her shoes? Maybe, like, what was it that you might have lacked that made her feel that way? Do you think the fact that you didn't communicate certain things throughout the relationship could have caused a problem?
I think the first part of that, to me, is, I guess, more what I believe than the second part. I think maybe while I didn't communicate with her, the fact that I didn't communicate with her kind of kept that feeling going in her. I feel, and again, my concern is that I lacked something, but at the same time, I made the conscious decision to end things with her, so I'm kind of conflicted as to why I'm feeling this way. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Like, you don't know why you're upset about it if you're the one who kind of like.
Exactly.
Do you think maybe it could be because you offered a lot of things? You offered physical and emotional support. Like the whole you want to go to the gym thing, like doing things together. You feel as though like, how is it that me doing all of this for you was not enough, but then in like 1 month somebody else is making you feel this way? Like,
Yeah, I definitely, I don't know, I feel like her moving on
is bothering
is giving me mixed signals, in a sense. You know, I think, well, I might have kept my true feelings about her, like, to myself. I still maintained, like,
right.
as much as I hate to say it, I still maintained, like, that compassion,
right.
you know. We still did things, we still went out, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I can definitely see how.
I'm, like, bothered for you.
That's, yeah.
Because I'm thinking, like, have you been in contact with her recently? Not recently. I kind of made it, we talked for the last week. She gave me an ultimatum. She said, I don't want to talk to you unless we're getting back together. And she told you that? Yes, she told me that, and so I said, I'm not, in my head I'm saying, I'm not getting back together with you. I said, right. Okay, we still, but everyone wants to be friends. Like I said, we could still be friends. She didn't want any part of that. So it's just all or nothing. Yeah, exactly. And, she took me off of her social media, and that's when I kind of decided, right. I'm big into complete cutting off. Okay. Like, I don't think that once you get to know someone on a romantic level, it's very hard, right. Especially for someone like me to kind of revert back to just being friends. So right. I almost always choose to not completely. Yeah. Okay. What have you been doing, like, for yourself, to kind of avoid these feelings? Like, do you do anything to kind of help you think, all right, this should not be bothering me? Yeah, I'm pretty much sticking to the same regimen. Going to grad school really helps because it takes my mind off a lot of stuff. I'm going to the gym more. I am taking a vacation with one of my friends, which I've never done, so that should help. And it's been a couple months now, but I'll find that I'm still, it'll come in my head like, how's she doing? You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's a bad thing, but I would, it obviously means I'm still thinking about it. Yeah. How long ago did this happen? It's almost a year now, I think. Yeah, about a little more than a year, probably. Wait, so it's been a year since you guys broke up? Yeah, so that's my main concern. Okay. Do you ever feel like do you feel like, okay, no, this is something this too shall pass kind of thing, or or are you worried that like it'll continue to be something? You haven't spoken to her in a year? Yeah, pretty much no contact for a year. No contact. But my issue also, another issue, and I forgot to bring this up before, she's dating someone from where we worked. Oh. And this is a person who I had actually worked with, not closely, not directly. Yeah. I make it a point to not direct, no. But, I had worked with him. We'd been acquaintances. So you know the type, like this person, you know the type of person. And I still follow, and she still follows me on social media, so I kind of, I don't want to say bombarded, but I see it, Have you tried, do you ever think about maybe, do you still work in this location? So you're... Yeah, I've been out for about almost a year and a half. Do you feel like maybe the fact that you see this stuff is kind of still why it lingers in your mind? Like 100%. Okay. So, do you feel like, do you think it's too much if you're erasing him from your social media, or do you think like this shouldn't bother me, so I don't understand why I need to like?
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like on one hand, I should unfriend him, but on the other hand, I have that connection with him in a sense. Not a deep connection, but I'm not gonna. I don't want to look petty. I don't want to say, okay, you're dating my ex-girlfriend, but so now.
Do you think he ever thinks about stuff like that? Like,
I
do
hope.
you think like?
I mean, it is to me kind of weird.
Yeah, like the fact that like, okay, we work together, and you're dating my ex-girlfriend, so like, how do you think it is from his perspective?
Yeah,
like,
I think.
Like, put yourself in his shoes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you were in his shoes, how would you go about? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Think about how he thinks. Like, okay, yeah, like I used to work with him. That's my guy. We used to work together. You don't think about that at all? Like you're saying that you don't want to be petty.
Yeah.
But have you ever thought maybe he is being petty?
Well, I feel that way. I 100% feel that way, and I don't think. That's what I don't want to feel. I don't want to bring myself down.
Yeah, no, of course, no. Don't level yourself down to that. I'm just questioning whether like, do you feel like, okay, this is something like it doesn't have to. Do you think it will come off as petty in his eyes?
If I unfriend him?
Yeah, like, do you ever think about maybe?
I think that
I just feel like
I definitely feel that way, and that's kind of why I don't want to do it. But at the same time, like it shouldn't matter. But I feel like I want to be the bigger man,
person.
if you will. Yeah, exactly. I want to be the bigger man, and that's not even what really bothers me the most. Like in a sense, it kind of like took me. It took me back in the sense of like, oh my God, it's a month. Like really, you're gonna do this. So it initially helped me.
Okay.
I was like, that's insane.
Okay.
Like something
so
has to be. It has to be exactly. It has to be like a way to like show people that you're over something.
Right.
But the more and more I see it, like they seem like they have a lot of chemistry, and that's something. I don't want to say it, but yeah, it's a little bit,
It's okay. If it bothers you, it bothers you. I don't know. Have you tried speaking to people, like dating?
I've been dating. Yeah, I've been dating.
Okay.
That's that is also a reason why I'm concerned. Like I've met people who I've had a real connection with, and I promised myself I'm not going to get into any sort of committed relationship. I definitely think I'm like
definitely
pulled towards that kind of thing, and so I'm going to see.
But do you feel like this could potentially repeat itself? Like,
I don't want to say repeat itself. I wanted to say, maybe get into another relationship, but I think that's kind of a component, like her being in a relationship and me telling myself, like, okay, I'm not going to get into a relationship. On one hand, this is what's best for me. I don't know where I'm going to be in a year, but, excuse me, at the same time, I think I also kind of crave that kind of companionship.
Like companionship.
But I'm learning how to be cool with not having that. And it's been good, it's been good. I've been getting a lot more work done. I've been having a lot more time to just hang out.
And do stuff for yourself.
Yeah, but I can't help but feel that that's a component,
Are you like, I wouldn't say traumatized because that's like an exaggerated word, but do you feel like this has created an impact in your dating life?
Yeah, I guess kind of an ambiguous impact in that I've told myself I don't want to get into a relationship.
Okay.
I don't think it's affected like who I date or what I'm looking for, you know.
Okay.
But I've definitely been more cognizant
Yeah.
about who I talk to and who I date, you know.
Like you never know.
Yeah, exactly.
This matter. History of pizza. So. Feel about dating now.
I think I've, like I said before, I've met I met two people who I really have like a good connection with. Like I feel like I can be myself, you know. So
Right.
it's, and again, I think it's a big self-care thing.
Mhm.
You know, it's helped me, you know, I guess feel more, not more relaxed, but it gives me something to do outside of work, school,
Right.
gym,
Like the.
you know, and like my friends.
Right.
I have a smaller circle, and a lot of
Right.
them are working full-time jobs.
Right.
So when
you get older.
yeah,
So that's kind of like a leisure, like a, okay, you know, free time.